So my wife asked me to go change the filter in the well because the water pressure is not as strong. Well, I just checked it; it's pretty strong. But hey, go do it when we've had the most snow in North Carolina in probably 15 to 20 years. Take a look at this. Yes, that is easily 7 inches of snow right there. There we go. It is beautiful. But it's cold. So yeah, these filters right here, these 20 micron filters work great. It just, it's a safety precaution more than anything. I mean, we don't have to have them, but it's good to have for peace of mind when you're dealing with, if you have expensive appliances in your house and you want to maintain them and make sure they're good. That's why we go with these. Let's do this. Alright, so here you can see is a well pump, and we've got an inline filtration system that basically protects from any sediment that's going into, that could potentially go into the house. So what that does for you is primarily saves your appliances like your dishwasher and other things like water filtration system inside your refrigerator and stuff like that. So if you don't want to have replace your filters as much inside your refrigerator and your dishwasher, you always want to make sure it's working at top pressure, so it can actually damage them. So you want to make sure you have one of these inline filters. If you don't already have one, just talk to your well guy or plumber and they can put this in. What we also have is a continuous circulation system going also. That was added additionally by a plumber. You can see right here, this line going in basically loops through and connects to this hose right here, and that's just a continuous loop that goes in and around in there and just circulates the water to keep it nice and fresh, and takes away from odor too. Sometimes wells will get like a sulfur odor from the water just sitting. What this does is it circulates it so you don't have that, and that's an extra feature that you have to ask for when getting the well put in, or get a plumber to come out and he can do that for you, which we did for the local plumbing company. All right, let's go to changing the filter. Let's see, we're going to set this up here in the snow. All right, that should be good. All right, so if you've never done this before, first thing you want to do is turn off the water. You have this water main right here. Turn off this way, and this one down here. You turn that one off. That goes into the house. This one basically comes from the well, goes up through here through the filter, down, and then out to the house. So now you've cut the water off from here and here going to the house, and there's a release valve right here on top. You can't probably see it from the angle that you're in right now, but right behind here is a red button, and you just press that, and that releases the pressure that's built up inside this canister. So we'll just hold that for just a brief second. And that's it. Okay, I like to try to keep this in my hand, or at least out of the dirt. So I'm going to set this kind of like right there. And then always keep your filter nearby, or your filter wrench nearby. And then also keep a jar of Vaseline just to keep the threads on here nice and lubricated, so you get a good seal, and that you're not, getting any leakage. Also, that's also good to kind of just get a good tight seal on here, and then when you put it back on, it's really easy to do. You can do it by hand, or you can do it with one of these. I'd usually do it by hand, and then I'll just give it like not even a quarter of a turn with this, because you don't want to over tighten it, because you can mess up the seal, and then it's really not needed. So here we go. So on top here, let me just show you this. So on top here you have a flow direction, and I always remember that if I'm going to loosen this, I'm going to go the opposite of the flow arrow. That's how I remember it. So that way when you're tightening it, because usually when you tighten it's righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, but yeah, remember it's upside down. So you want to go to the right or clockwise when you want to unloosen it. So just remember that. All right, there you go. And it's cold out, so I'm going to see how this is going to work. There we go. All right, set this right here, and you're going to get some water on you, so if you're out in the cold like this, don't get frostbite. Get inside real quickly after you get this water all over your hands, or try not to get it on your hands. All right, so here's the filter. Okay, you can see that it's a little brown. I mean, there's no sediment. It's just a little brown. That's typical with well water. It's not going to be crystal clear. All right. Very rarely will you have crystal clear well water, but this is why you have this. And then here's the new one. All right. So the new one, there's a little spot at the bottom here. You just has a little hole, like a little nub that sticks up. You just sit it on there, balance it a little bit, and then, like I said, when you have the Vaseline, just take a little bit of it, each time, and then just put just a little bit around the edge. Doesn't have to be a lot, just like that. All right, keep that down there. All right, and then I'm going to put my glove back on. Alright, and remember what I said, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty? Well, in this case, it's going to be the opposite. So you're looking down at it, it's going to go counterclockwise. Alright, that's pretty tight. My hand. What we're going to do is take the filter wrench and just give it just a little snug twist, just like that. Just, you don't have to torque it down to where all these pipes start twisting and stuff. Just give it a nice little extra, maybe a 1/4 inch turn. Okay, and then you turn your water back on. See it fill up. There's no leaking going on, and then you send it into the house. Okay, and you're good to go. Hang your filter wrench right there. Get this filter out of the way. Make sure your cover's on there pretty good, away from the ground. And if you have snow, it'd probably be a good idea to just pack some snow if you're going to continue to get cold weather, so air doesn't get up underneath there to freeze everything. We haven't had anything freeze. I mean, it's down to get down to 20 degrees down here, and we haven't had anything freeze in here. And I think our house is blocking a lot of the wind and the tree line over here. But just like that, good to go. Now the wife can have nice water pressure. Oh, forgot the filter. Have nice water pressure so she can take her shower. All right, talk to you next time.